2/3 of people living in New York City rent their homes. And right now, many are worried over how they're going to be able to pay their landlords.
It's a very unsettling time for folks, that's for sure.
Father Edward Mason, the pastor of Mary Mother of the Church in East New York, has been working with residents in housing authority buildings for decades. Even though there's a freeze on evictions for the next 90 days, Father Mason is concerned about the future.
We have the statements that have been made that no one's going to be evicted during this crisis. Well, what does that mean when the crisis is over?
Bronx Assemblyman Jeffrey Dinowitz is working on an answer to that question.
But I have legislation, along with my colleague Senator Hoylman in the Senate, saying that for 6 months after the emergency, that landlords will not be able to evict tenants on these grounds.
Assemblyman Dinowitz is a longtime advocate for public housing tenants, and he's not only worried about rent, but also what the pandemic is doing to their health.
The people who live in NYCHA, on the average, in that sense, are even more vulnerable because so many more of them, I think, are in contact with other people and live in densely populated buildings as it is.
So I'm not going inspecting the NYCHA buildings the way I used to in the past, especially right now. But, you know, NYCHA struggled in the past to stay on top of health issues in those buildings. And I'm sure this situation only exacerbates those efforts.
We've reached out to the New York City Housing Authority about sanitizing apartment buildings and rent relief for tenants, but our request for comment was not immediately answered. Jessica Easthope, Currents News.
If you're watching Currents News on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button and then click on the bell to get instant updates about all of our newest content, because we are putting your faith in the news.